Today I'm going to give you a little tip on how I healed from my sexual traumas and abuse. Here we go.
This is your life, no one else has gotta live it. This is your fight that only you can win.
Hello everyone and welcome to Freedom Friday, where you learn how to free yourself and live your dreams. I'm Darienne, your certified spiritual rock star. And if you want to get these spiritual tips every single week, completely free, just subscribe and turn on your little notifications bell and you'll get them. So today, last week I was not on Freedom Friday. A little bit of a crazy incident happened, and self-care was really important. And so I didn't want to, from that place, talk about the very thing I'm about to talk about because it just wasn't in the place and it wasn't really going to be helpful to anybody. So the week before that, we did that really fun spiritual men video, and it sparked some of you, inspired some of you, and one of you started a Facebook group for spiritually awakened singles, which I think is so fucking cool. And then I realized that there's actually a couple groups like on Facebook for spiritual singles, which is really awesome. So get up on that if you watched last week's video and you're now opening yourself up to a new partner. So today's video it can be a little bit heavier. It's probably going to be a lot heavier for you possibly than it will be for me, or maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be really light and unexpectedly light, because I want to talk about healing from sexual traumas and abuse. And I think it's I know it's a very important step if you do want to manifest a relationship that's healthy. You can't bring your unhealthy shit into it if you want to really have a beautiful, healthful relationship. If you want to just be really living a beautiful life and not bogged down by your past or the shit that you've gone through, it's important to clear that stuff out. So first I want to preface it with began when I was about 5 years old. And I'm not going to go into what the sexual traumas were or anything like that. It just doesn't serve me to talk about it. So just know that there were sexual traumas and lots of abuse from people that were addicts. I really was surrounded by that quite often in my life growing up. In the neighborhood that I grew up in my family, there was just a lot of crazy ass energy where I grew up and just in my environment. And trust me, you guys know I've been a spiritual coach for a couple years now. I've been on this spiritual path since 2009. That's when I really had my spiritual awakening. And ever since then, and even before then, I have tried everything you could probably think of in order to heal from a lot of the sexual traumas. Mostly it was the sexual traumas for me. The abuse, yes, but mostly there were about 5 or 6 incidents with a few different peers of mine that I used to define myself, and that really just carried with me for such a long time and became such a burden for me. I experienced some PTSD because of it. Anytime a man would touch me, in any way, I a lot of times would feel very unsafe. I would react in a way that was very PTSD-like. I would get very triggered. And so I did the traditional talk therapy. I did EFT to try to heal this. I did inner child work. I did lineage work, healing generational shit, healing the anger from my great grandmother. I have done it all. Trust me, prayer, meditation, everything that I could think of to heal myself from these sexual traumas, to no longer be stuck in the fucking story. And then one day, and I think that this is going to help, especially for those of you that are in this particular place that I was in this one day, when I was like, okay, I am a spiritual coach myself. I coach people how to fucking get out of this shit, you know? I have done so much work, and yet, why is this still a fucking issue? Why am I still attracting the abusive man? Why am I still living in the fucking story? Why do I still have these fucking beliefs that are holding me here? I was really, really just like fed up. Why the fuck is this still here? Why is this still a fucking issue? And so I think that this is going to help those of you who are there. I want you to really understand that when you have, whether it's abuse from your past, whether it's abuse that you just experienced, any kind of sexual trauma, anything, there is stages of grievances that you're going to go through. Trust me, I can't tell you how many times that little 5-year-old boy and my 5-year-old self, how many times I imagined punching him in the fucking face. And how many times I had to imagine punching him in the fucking face to gain some sort of power. And that was the stage that I was in then. And so I'm telling you that if you're in a stage of anger and you're just like, fuck this, I'm not fucking healing from, I'm not forgiving that motherfucker, you know, be there, be where you are. I'm not pushing you. That's why I titled this How I Healed from My Sexual Traumas, because I am not in any way, shape, or form telling you that you need to do this or that you need to push yourself to be ready, or this is the point that you need to get to. My best advice would be to be where you are. For me, this came as a realization. I was ready. And so I came to this realization. I had my stages of anger. I went through feeling sorry for myself. I went through all of that. I went through trying to have compassion for the other person, forgiving the other person. Trying to understand their point of view. I went through all of it, trust me. And at this point I was like, okay, I am still manifesting the asshole man. I am still finding myself in these old fucking patterns because of that old story. And so the way that I was able to heal myself once and for all of those sexual traumas is by stopping telling the story and no longer allowing it to define me. So I said, I am here right now. I'm not a 5-year-old girl. I'm not a 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl, 21-year-old girl. That's not who I am. That's not where I am. Right now, I am a grown woman. I have the ability to stick up for myself. I have the wherewithal and the self-respect to allow people to come in that are going to respect me. I have that wherewithal and self-respect and self-love to be able to train and teach others how I want to be treated, what's acceptable for me. I have a choice when somebody acts in a certain way to feel triggered by it or not. I could literally just write myself a whole new fucking story. This was my thought process. Like I'm saying, I'm not telling you this is how you have to do it, but I just looked back and I said, I am taking 5 or 6 moments in my life and I am completely defining myself by them. And even when I think about the abuse and people I've dealt with that were like either, verbally abusive, mostly, little bit of physical abuse, not too much. I'm too much of a, I'll knock your ass right back out if you touch me kind of a girl. So there hasn't been too much physical abuse, because if there is, I usually fought back, but lots and lots of verbal abuse. Just being in that environment, and I took a few incidents where I was like, this person who loves me was supposed to be there for me and they weren't. And I took these few incidences and I shaped my entire being based on these incidences. And I don't know, I just decided one day that I was fucking sick of that. And it was only a few months ago, if that I decided this. That I was like, you know what? I have the ability to lay down new pipes, to lay down a new foundation, to be whoever the fuck I want to be. And in truth, if I'm being who I want to be, who feels good to be, that means that I'm following my inner being. I'm getting closer to my inner being. The better it feels to be who I want to be, the better it feels to discern, to sift through the unwanted and the wanted. The better that feels, the closer I am to my truth. And so, like I said, laying down new pipes. I was just listening to an Abe Hicks video, listening to the video because it's all audios. And they talked about how sometimes, their analogy was a lake with these pipes that kind of cleared out the filtration system. And it got so clogged up that there was nothing that could fix it. All they had to do was just lay down new pipes. It's the only thing. So sometimes it's like, I cannot keep looking at that incident when I was 5 years old, or the continued incidences when I was 5 years old. I don't have the ability to continue to look at that and feel good about it. I just can't even look at that and feel good about that. Do you know why? Because as Abraham Hicks says, your inner being doesn't look back. Your inner being never looks back. And so that's why it feels so fucking bad to dig into your past and try to drudge up all these fucking feelings. The best thing that you could do, it really is possible, and I'm feeling a lot of like, whoo-hoo. Let's just like clear this out real quick. I'm feeling a lot right now, right? Because you're thinking about your past. I was thinking about my past. Let's not do that. We're here right now. Here's what we can do. We can lay down new pipes, right? We can take a focus wheel, create a focus wheel. I have a video on how to do focus wheels. We can take a focus wheel. We can clean up our vibrations about a situation that is happening right now. It could be, so like, let me just give for example, today I'm in this stage, or at that point where I was in this stage where I was like, okay, I still have these limiting beliefs that are attracting these unwanted men. All I have to do is lay down the pipes, lay down a foundation of a new fucking belief. And when I practice, so here's this belief that's like the limiting belief. It's like all men are assholes or whatever. Like that's just a general, not that I believe that, but whatever. Or I only attract the assholes, whatever. Because all the people I attract are abusive, whatever. Or love is scary, or whatever your limiting belief is. The key is to lay down a new belief. Love is safe, right? And then practice that belief. So I want you, if your limiting belief is love is scary, love is dangerous, right? Let's put, if we do our focus wheel, in the center of that focus wheel, it should say love is safe and secure. One of my affirmations years ago was I am secure in the deepest of love. I am safe and secure in the deepest of love. I am safe and secure in the deepest of love. And when you're at this place where like you believe the limiting belief, and you're resisting the new belief, right? That's what the focus wheel is for. We're going to ease our way to it. So in this moment, we don't have to go back into our past and drudge up. Oh, there's so many life coaches just like myself that say, oh, we need to go back there. And we need to look back into the past and we need to heal all that shit. It won't fucking work because you're thinking about the past. And it feels bad because your inner being is totally always looking forward. Your inner being is always this way. All right, we got things to do, places to be, people to see. Look at these dreams. Let's go, let's go. Your inner being is always traveling in the direction of your dreams. Looking back into the past is not where your dreams are. Learning your lessons, beautiful. Go for that. If it feels like shit, don't do it, right? You don't have to do it. And trust me, if you get into an intense state, if you really have PTSD, it will not benefit you to go back there. I'm telling you this right now. It will not benefit you to go back there. Okay? But so let's lay down that new foundation. So love is safe. That's what we want to start believe. That's the new pipe we want to lay. We want to start to believe love is safe. We want to start telling ourselves a new story. Love is safe. So now all we have to do, the difference between you believing that love is unsafe and dangerous and you believing that love is safe and secure, the only difference is practice. You've had a really, really, really long time to practice this one belief because you've been proving it again and again and again, and because you were proving it, because you thought it, because you were focusing on it, you kept finding it. You kept finding reasons to prove you right. So we're going to use that same concept, but we're going to find reasons to prove us right that love is safe. So let's start to find times where you felt safe with people. There's got to be somebody, and maybe you're a therapist. Maybe your therapist doesn't love you, but maybe you felt kind of safe there. Or maybe just one instance, there was one thing that your therapist said, or one time your dad said this to you, or one time this teacher said this to you, and it made you feel like, and that felt kind of good. That felt secure and safe. You know, and you don't even have to touch the word safe if it doesn't feel good yet. Maybe just feeling like a little bit of surety right now. And you're going to pick through those moments all and prove to yourself that there have been millions, or maybe just 5, even just 5, or a couple. There have been a couple instances in your entire lifetime where you have felt safe. Right? Get into that feeling. And then you just start to prove to yourself that reiterating this new belief, the new pipes that you're laying down, the new foundation. And all you have to do is continue to practice that. And think about the fact that, listen, I'm 31 right now, okay? It's been a long time that I've been practicing some old shit. I'm still wobbly. And that's why it's still a little bit of me attracting the bullshit. And I'm like, no. I got to tell myself a new story. I'm not going to pay attention to the bullshit. That bullshit is only there because I was telling myself an old story. What is it? What is the thing that Louise Hay says? Basically, what you're seeing in front of you now is a result of what you thought in the past, right? That doesn't mean wrestle what you're seeing right now. It just means start thinking something new. You think new thoughts, you lay down new pipes, right? Thank you, Louise Hay. So that's what I did. I started telling myself a new story, and I have to practice that new story every day. Sometimes I start to get, oh, this fucking asshole. I keep attracting this asshole. No, I'm not going to feed that thought anymore. And I don't need to go into the past. That's not my fucking story anymore. I'm getting rid of that story. It's not a story that serves me. It doesn't serve me to say I'm a victim of anything. And I don't want to be a victim of anything for the rest of my life. Fuck that. I don't want to be a victim. I'm empowered. I say the way my story goes. I'm not going to hurt anymore from something that isn't even happening to me anymore. I choose not to do that. Now, like I said, I've been doing this work for a long time, so if that's not where you are, don't be there. Be where you are. But hopefully this helped you. I send you the utmost love. I hope that you can send yourself the utmost love and compassion, because no matter how much love and compassion I give you, it doesn't matter if you're not open to receive it, and if you're not sending yourself love and compassion. So really, really, really be gentle with yourself. Love yourself through this. You are fucking doing good, man. You're doing good. You're on the road. You're okay. You're okay. Just keep practicing the thoughts that feel good, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Give it a thumbs up and share it with whoever you think it could help. Don't forget to join the inspiration conversation down below and give me an idea for my next Freedom Friday video. If you want to get these videos every single week and more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you find me on social media at Darienne Empire on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much for your support. I love you all.